Hey folks, Dwayne from Grandpa's Garage again. A little garage that could. Following up on another video of some of the fabrication on this trunk lid. The last video, what we did is we worked on these lightning holes for the panels that go on either side of the trunk lid. I was able to clean them up and straighten them all out real nice. Yeah, they turned out really well, and I'm quite happy with them. I didn't actually end up having to modify my stamping process much. Probably if I did a bunch more, I would though. But now what I'm starting to do is the lower panels that go on either side of the latch, and of course, to put a lightning hole in there, it's kind of too small and just be more headache than it's worth. So what I've decided to do is create a pattern that steps down into, so it's about maybe an 1/8 inch step down, not much more than that. But so I've done one already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you along, and I'm going to pull this other one off, and we're going to run it through the bead roller and show you, how I went about it. Because it's a smaller piece and we're running it through the bead roller, we want to make sure that we're wearing gloves, because you got to grip that the metal pretty well, especially on the corners, because you have to be able to turn it, and it takes a fair bit of torque, and move it along slowly. But you'll be able to see once I'm doing that. So let's get at it. I hope this will give you a fairly good view. I might reposition the bead roller. Now, where are we here? Okay. Now, one of the things I like to do when I'm doing an instep like this is I like to start kind of more, less, I don't know, about maybe a third of the way in on a straight line. Um, Panel's going to distort. You don't want to start in a corner, because then it forms. You have a hell of a time lining up the roller at the corner. So I figure come in about maybe a quarter to a third, and then start it there, and then you can back it up a little, and then come forward. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's go in there, right about there, I guess. Okay, so we're going to bring it in and get it. So it's about the same step down as the other one. And really just a matter of following the lines. Go slow. I see the bead rollers that are powered, and I can see where they would be really advantageous. But for pieces like this, myself, I prefer to just take my time. It's going by hand. It's what I happen to have, but it does a very nice job. And if you just take your time. Okay, let's. Okay, and it actually doesn't take that long to do it. Just nice and slow. You can follow your line. The faster you go, the more likely you're going to be creating a line that's, you know, doesn't go straight or just going to, yeah, it depends on how perfect you want it, I guess. So now what I'm doing is I'm slowly turning it and rotating it at the same time. It's hard on this one corner here because it's a half round, and you're bringing it forward like maybe I don't know, a 16th at a time sort of thing, 16th to an eighth. But you have to do that if you want to try and get a nice, fairly consistent and smooth radius on there. It's very, very tedious, these corners, but I always feel that it's well worth taking the time. Come around, then once we get onto the straight stretch, it's a fair bit quicker. Um, and the more times you do it, the better the feel you'll get for it, and yeah, you'll find ways to move it along faster if that's your thing. Personally, I'm never really in a big rush on this stuff because I'd rather try and make it the best I can so that it's nice and neat. It also saves then if you take the time, get your lines all really nice. Well, then what happens is that much less body work, and I don't mind doing body work, but um, where are we here? See, I just realized I made a mistake. There. Nope, that was good. Okay, back at her. And sometimes too, with doing this, even with taking your time and being very careful, you still end up with things not exactly perfect, but that's just what it is. The doing the radius is a little trickier because you got to kind of just move it along ever so slightly and turn it at the same time. And the idea is actually the wheel has this edge, and that's what you're following your mark on. And when you're doing a radius, you have to look at the very corner, and when it comes into contact with your line, that's when you got to start moving it. And it'll come. It just slow. That's all. I'll give you a close up too of the panels once I've got them all done here, and it'll give you a better idea of what the look is I'm trying to achieve on this. I think it's going to look really good. This takes the time. One of my favorite sayings that I've got and I've had for years: it may not be good, but I sure am slow. Just a little something to hopefully put a little smile on your face. There we are. Okay. Okay, so the pattern itself turned out real nice. It's hard to tell with some of the marker lines on here, but when I clean it up, you'll see that it'll come out really good. And again, because you're pressing something like this, you're distorting the panel a little bit. So we'll have to straighten that out a little bit. And you'll see when it's done that it looks actually really good. And when I put it back onto the structure here, it's going to look fantastic. So hang on a sec. It's going to get a little bit noisy, and then we'll be able to straighten this panel out. Okay. Hang on a moment here. Oh, no, it's a little bit. The idea. There's the beauty of having your equipment on wheels. You can move it at a moment's notice. Most of my equipment that I have in this garage is on wheels. There's very little that's not actually on wheels. Yeah, it just makes life a little easier, you know. Okay, I'm just going to bring you in on the middle look better. Okay, I think you can see that it did real nice. I still got some more cleaning, a little bit more straightening here and there. Not a lot, but still some. And then, of course, clean it up so that it's ready for body working. But I think it looks great. Once these panels, what my plan is actually to weld them on, get them all welded in, smoothed out, and that sort of thing. Then the whole thing would be really clean looking. Um, I kind of toyed with the idea of doing more rivets, so it's an older style of metal attachment. But I think I like the idea of just getting everything all welded in nice and smoothed out. Uh, Hard to do things different. That's just the way I've typically done things over the last number of years. I've been working on cars now for since I was 15, 14 actually. Since I was 14, and I'm 68 now. So that's a few years that I've been playing around with this old junk. But I absolutely love it, and yeah. So I just wanted to bring you guys in on that and give you an idea of things, how to do it. The stuff with the bead roller is, you know, you got to count on making pieces and they're going to be junk. And that's just part of practicing. So you just get on it, give it a try. And if it doesn't work out, get another piece of metal. You know, it's only metal. And sometimes actually I've been able to take metal that maybe I got the line crooked or whatever and take it out, straighten it out on the anvil, and then run it through again. And the only thing is you see like a minor marking on it. Depends on, you're going to have to body work it regardless. So, but anyways, just wanted to bring that in because that's kind of a finishing thing for my day in the shop today. And I'm looking forward to getting back out here. For the welding, I probably won't bother bringing you in on video on that because that's pretty straightforward. Welding, grinding, repeat. But when I get in a little bit closer, I do want to get this whole structure 100% finalized, lined, and I actually want to put it into a primer. I'll be using a self-etching primer and then cover that up with like a epoxy or high build. You can use epoxy just from the get-go if you want, but it's expensive. So if I can use some etching primer on here first, it'll keep it from rusting, because that's the thing with bare metal like this, it definitely will surface rust fairly quick. But anyways, yeah, well, that's it for today. So Wayne from Grandpa Scratch, a little grudge I could, saying we'll see you later.